what did he live on? Anybody know? What was the main staple diet of the Prophet ﷺ? Al-aswadan, dates and water. Right, so this is the first thing. Ramadan of the Prophet ﷺ, food and feasting was not a part of it, but it is a part of our Ramadan. The second is the relationship of the Prophet ﷺ with the Quran. In the hadith of Ibn Abbas in Sahih al-Bukhari, he says, كان رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم أجود الناس. The Prophet صلى الله عليه وسلم was the most kindest and most generous and most lovely of people. وَكَانَ أَجْوَدَ مَا يَكُونُ فِي رَمَضَانِ. But he was even more lovely, even more generous, even more sweet, even more kind when it came to Ramadan. Why? حِينَ يَلْقَاهُ جِبْرِيلٌ. Because Jibreel alayhi salam would come to meet him. And he would meet Jibreel alayhi salam on a daily basis. يُدَارِسُهُ الْقُرْآنِ. They would study the Quran together. He would recite from his memory and Jibreel would check it. Or يُعَارِضُهُ الْقُرْآنِ in some narrations. He would present what he had memorized to Jibreel and Jibreel alayhi salam would check it and present back to him. So on a day-to-day basis in the Prophet's Ramadan, sallallahu alayhi wasallam, the focus is on nurturing that relationship with the Quran. But there's something very interesting here. The effect of the Quran on the Prophet ﷺ is visible. The last thing I want to mention, the third and last thing I want to mention about Ramadan of the Prophet ﷺ is seclusion, i'tikaf. The Prophet ﷺ lived for 9 Ramadans. In 8 of these Ramadans, the last 10 nights, he would live and stay in the masjid. And in the last year of his life, it was for 20 nights. Those who are working, try to get the last 10 nights off and try to practice this part of Ramadan, living in the masjid for 10 nights. According to some scholars, 3 times. For many of us, we can only imagine Taraweeh in the masjid. Try it once on your own. Because the Prophet's Ramadan, he would pray the night prayer on his own. Coming to the masjid was the exception, it was not the norm. Try it on your own, in the corner of your house, in the darkness, and you will hear your own sobs out of the fear of Allah and the connection with Allah. Because there's nobody else, you're not relying on an imam, on someone's recitation, it's just you, and it's Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Try it once. So we said, fasting, not feasting. We said, the Quran should have a real life impact on your behavior, not just its recitation. And lastly, seclusion. Practice being alone. In the night, in the day, not just socializing and jama'ah, which is all good as well, but practice some time just for you and Allah, nobody else.